Thursday, the 23rd of July, 2026 episode of Beyond the Gates is about to deliver some of the most explosive, heart-stopping moments we have seen all season. The sheer chaos radiating from the aftermath of the devastating tornado is absolutely nothing compared to the emotional wreckage these characters are inflicting upon each other behind closed doors. We are witnessing the terrifying calm before a catastrophic storm, and the stakes have never, ever been higher. This is war. Every single storyline is colliding, and the fallout is going to leave us completely breathless. Let us start with the savage, cold-blooded manipulation of Haley Hamilton in the ultimate battle of Haley versus Randy Parker. Haley is a woman on a lethal mission, actively and ruthlessly poisoning her husband Bill for that massive life insurance payout. She has been slipping him her special juice, causing him to suffer from abnormal blood tests and severe hand tremors during Mike Davis's deposition. She will let absolutely nothing stand in her way. But there is a massive, glaring glitch in her sinister matrix, Randy. Haley has discovered that her co-conspirator and cousin is getting a little too cozy with Mona Wilson. And let me tell you, Haley is absolutely terrified. Mona is the pure embodiment of kindness and morality in this town. We all know Mona recently cut ties with the toxic Leslie Thomas after realizing she was just being used to get to Nicole Dupree. Mona does not play games, and her deep connection to the Dupree family makes her a beacon of light in a town full of shadows. Haley knows with absolute certainty that if Randy keeps talking to Mona, he might actually grow a conscience. Can you imagine the sheer panic coursing through Haley's veins? She sits Randy down and delivers a brutal, threatening piece of advice. Stay far, far away from Mona. Haley cannot afford for Randy to find morality right now. Their lethal scheme depends on his ruthless compliance. This is a brutal battle for Randy's soul, and Haley is playing the role of the devil to absolute perfection. Moving on to the most explosive, toxic love triangle on daytime television. Danny Dupree versus Andre Richardson versus the ever-arrogant Bill Hamilton. Hold on to your seats, because Danny is about to receive a mysterious, cryptic gift that sends her husband, Andre, into a state of absolute, sheer panic. What on earth is inside that box? We all know that Danny and Bill shared a passionate, panic-induced hookup in the elevator when the power went out during the horrific tornado. Danny has been consumed by suffocating, agonizing guilt ever since, confessing her sins to Pamela but desperately trying to hide the brutal truth from Andre. But Bill? Bill is a predator who loves to play sick psychological games. Is this gift directly from him? We all know Bill knows exactly how much Danny loves fine jewelry. Is he sending her a glittering, expensive reminder of their illicit affair to mark his territory? Or, even more shockingly, could it be the necklace that Danny lost in the chaotic winds of the tornado? If Bill found it and is returning it as a twisted token of their secret tryst, this is psychological warfare at its finest. We also have to remember that Haley and Randy overheard Bill and Danny screaming about their elevator hookup at the country club. What if Haley sent this alarming gift to frame Bill and destroy Danny's marriage as an act of pure vengeance? Andre is already completely on edge. He lost his parents in a tragic plane crash, and he is terrified of losing Danny to the BRCA gene, a reality she stubbornly refuses to face because of her modeling career. When Andre sees this gift, the alarm bells are going to ring so loudly they will shatter the windows of their home. The tension is suffocating, and Danny is trapped in a deadly web of her own making. Every single moment she spends hiding this brutal betrayal pushes her closer to the edge of total destruction. Everything just changed. And if you thought the romantic drama was intense, wait until you hear about the criminal underworld bleeding into the pristine streets of Fairmont Crest. We are looking at an epic showdown. Bradley Smitty Smith and Jacob Hawthorne versus the elusive Lynette Wise and the Red Market. Smitty is a brilliant investigative journalist on a ferocious hunt for the truth, and he is calling in a massive favor from Jacob. Smitty is currently writing a bombshell investigative series on the illegal plasma ring, zeroing in on Dr. Leah Whitmore, the disgraced former chief of staff at Garland Memorial who mercilessly blackmailed Grayson Perez. But Smitty's intense focus is shifting to a phantom, Lynette Wise. Smitty desperately needs Jacob's police resources to track down Lynette's whereabouts and dig up any shred of information on her existence. Why? Because Smitty is starting to believe Leah's wild, desperate claims. Leah testified that Lynette scammed her out of her money, and since Smitty cannot find a single digital footprint or paper trail for Lynette, he strongly suspects she might be a master con artist. This is where the plot thickens into a thick, murky stew of deception. Remember Haley's fake mugging? The one where Lynette conveniently helped her? If Lynette is a professional scammer, then Haley's entire victim narrative is a carefully constructed, fraudulent masterpiece. Jacob, who is still battling severe PTSD and agonizing survivor's guilt over Derek Baldwin taking a fatal bullet for him at the warehouse, is dangerously obsessed with taking down the Impaler. Helping Smitty track down Lynette gives Jacob the absolute perfect excuse to dive back into the dark, dangerous waters of his undercover thug persona. Jacob's father, Police Chief Elon Hawthorne, is already furious with Detective Marcel Malone for offering Jacob dangerous undercover prison assignments. This favor for Smitty is going to push Jacob right back into the line of fire. This is a catastrophic collision course of epic proportions. Meanwhile, over at Orphe Jeans, the biological mother of Samantha and Tyrell, June, is about to drop a massive bombshell on Naomi Hawthorne. June provides Naomi with some incredibly interesting, potentially life-altering information. But what exactly did June hear? June is always working the tables, pouring water, and observing the wealthy patrons of Fairmont Crest. Did she overhear a private, heartbreaking conversation about Naomi's devastating BRCA-positive diagnosis? Naomi has been carrying the agonizing weight of this genetic cancer risk, considering a double mastectomy and bravely expanding her circle of trust to include her grandparents, Anita and Vernon. Or, perhaps even more dangerously, did June overhear Haley and Randy plotting their lethal insurance scam in a dark corner of the restaurant? We know Randy was just ordered by Joey Armstrong to target Deanna McBride to get her blood for information. If June holds the key to exposing Haley's murderous intentions toward Bill, or Joey's sinister plot against Deanna, Naomi is going to find herself directly in the crosshairs of a deadly conspiracy. The suspense is absolutely agonizing. Every whispered word in this town is a loaded weapon, and June just handed Naomi a live grenade. Speaking of Naomi's family, the Dupree patriarch, Vernon, is stepping into the ring to deliver some harsh, much-needed advice to the incredibly stubborn Bill Hamilton. Bill has been walking around with abnormal blood tests and terrifying symptoms, completely oblivious to the fact that his current wife is slowly sending him to an early grave. Vernon, acting as the voice of reason, tries to warn Bill about his deteriorating health. But Vernon's intuition goes far beyond medical care. Vernon has the sharp, fiercely protective instincts of a father, and he has noticed something deeply troubling. He has seen the restless, panicked, and anxious behavior of his daughter, Danny, every single time Bill's name is mentioned. Vernon knows Danny better than anyone. He knows her tells. He can sense that the toxic gravitational pull between Danny and Bill is threatening to destroy Danny's newfound happiness and stability with Andre. Vernon delivers a stern, unwavering warning to Bill regarding his relationship with Danny. He is essentially drawing a line in the sand, telling the arrogant lawyer to back off and leave his daughter alone. But will Bill listen? Of course not. Bill's ego is as massive as his bank account, and he views Danny as a prize to be won back. Vernon's bad feeling is a dark omen of the explosive fallout that is about to rock the Dupree family to its absolute core. Finally, we absolutely cannot ignore the savage, deeply rooted warfare between Anita Dupree and the town's resident menace, Leslie. Anita has a very special gift for a woman named Laura. Now, longtime fans of Beyond the Gates know exactly who Laura is and the tragic, infuriating history attached to her name. Leslie Thomas caused the horrific accident that left Laura devastated. Everyone in Fairmont Crest knows that Leslie was behind the brutal hit and run, but no one has ever been able to find the concrete proof needed to lock her away. Leslie has paraded around town, funding free clinics, clashing with the new chief of staff doctor, Monica McCormick, and pretending to be a changed woman after Kat miraculously saved Eva's life with a liver transplant. But Anita Dupree does not forget, and she certainly does not forgive easily. Is this gift for Laura the smoking gun? Has Anita finally uncovered the undeniable evidence, the hidden truth, or the missing witness that will expose Leslie's heinous crime once and for all? Anita has just survived a brutal, exhausting battle with breast cancer. She is stronger, fiercer, and more determined than ever to protect her family and bring justice to those who have been wronged. If Anita hands Laura the weapon to destroy Leslie, the fallout will be absolutely catastrophic. This is the ultimate showdown, a war of attrition between two powerful women, and only one will walk away unscathed. The sheer volume of secrets, lies, and brutal betrayals pulsating through the veins of Fairmont Crest is enough to make your head spin. Every single character is standing on an emotional landmine, and the countdown to detonation has already begun. Will Haley successfully isolate Randy and execute her murderous plot? Will Danny's secret elevator hookup be exposed by a glittering gift, completely destroying Andre's heart? Will Jacob and Smitty uncover the sinister truth about Lynette Wise and the Red Market? And will Anita finally bring the hammer of justice down on Leslie Thomas? The stakes are life and death, the emotions are raw and bleeding, and the drama is utterly inescapable. Do not miss a single second of what happens next. The Thursday, July 23 episode is going to completely change the landscape of Beyond the Gates forever. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and sound off in the comments below. Who do you think sent Danny that alarming gift? Is it Bill, or is it someone far more sinister? Let me know your wild theories, and I will see you in the next video for more explosive updates.